And lastly, Ben, just I got to ask about Tyson. If he goes ahead and we see the Dillian White fight, how's he deal with Dillian in that come forward style? Do you think he wins that fight? Wins it easy maybe, or it's a tough fight? How do you see it?
It's been an interesting one to see what his approach is.
I appreciate you taking time to think about your answer.
I'll tell you one thing. One thing was, I didn't want to say this, but he was falling in quite a bit with his right hand, Tyson, in the last two Deontay Wilder fights, and that's something that he's got to be very wary of, because Dillian White is extremely sharp on the catch counter with the left hook, so he can't afford to be falling in with his right hand. But of course, I favour Tyson to win that fight. He's just so versatile. Even if he has to make adjustments through the fight, as we've previously seen, he's more than capable of doing so.
So you think he might have to revert back to the Fury, with your more on his toes, back foot fighting instead of just going right at Dillian White?
Yeah, but again, this is it. Like when Tyson boxed Tom Schwartz, feet were set, didn't move too much, varied up his jab, the speed of it, and built shots off of it, stoppage. Against Otto Wallin, started on the back foot to take a look, got the cut, went on the front foot, closed it up close. Obviously the first Deontay Wilder fight, yes, he used his legs a little bit more. He tried to control the tempo. We tried to bring the tempo down for the simple fact that we did not know what was in the engine. He had lost 10 stone, 2 comeback-ish fights. We didn't know what was in the tank. But if Tyson had a full tank and in the body that he's in now, had Tyson have built on his work and gradually started to close the gap a little bit, he would have stopped Deontay Wilder in that first fight as well. So it's not to say that he's either got to box Dillian White or he can press him. It's a case of, like people associate Floyd Mayweather. He was a back foot boxer. I've got clips of him pushing Canelo. I've got clips of him pushing Canelo back. Yeah, the great fighters, they can make adjustments, and Tyson's a great fighter.
Sounds like, Ben, you were trying to say, hey, I had him fighting forward too. Don't play me like that. Like I just had him bouncing.
Not so much like that, because I wouldn't. You know, it's not for me. I'm not saying
I'm having fun.
Yeah, I'm not saying I take credit for it. But Tyson was a front foot fighter, mostly in the early part of his career. But that's why he's a great fighter, because he's versatile and he can make those adjustments throughout the fight.
Thanks so much, Ben.
No problem.
You for a minute. Thanks, brother.
No problem.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.